Good morning. It's another day for me without a furnace. Hopefully we'll get it fixed today. We'll see. In any case, here's what I want to talk about this morning. Julia McCoy has some interesting reports on her YouTube site at Julia McCoy. In particular, I found two reports she released in the past week to be quite stunning. Google's quantum chip just broke physics, and spider robots are building houses overnight. We are at a turning point in technological civilization. The quantum chip is rendering time itself meaningless and breaking the second law of thermodynamics, the law of energy loss and inescapable entropy. Our computing capabilities will be able to utilize quantum entanglement to make micro jumps in time in order to test experimental changes at the molecular level. It will also become capable of over 1 trillion calculations in a matter of minutes without the need for demanding cooling systems. At the same time, AI-controlled robotics can now virtually replace the entire human routine workforce. The saving in production will be tremendous. Corporations will have to embrace it just to survive, and thousands of workers will be replaced. Julia McCoy waxes idyllic about the AI quantum revolution. She poses a prosaic analogy of an apple that contains 1,000 viable seeds while remaining fuzzy on the fate of almost all of those seeds. Yes, an apple may have 1,000 seeds, but of these thousands of seeds, only a few grow into trees. What happens to all of the seeds that can't succeed? Is the quantum AI computing revolution going to be economically exclusive? If 100 workers are laid off from a house building operation, only a dozen will find positions as robotic supervisors. What about the rest? If the current dominant system continues, the displaced workers will be transformed to unemployed masses, while a few corporation CEOs and billionaires reap most of the profits. If we want to fix this problem, then we need to scrap the current economy and redistribute wealth. We need to recognize the right to food, housing, health care, and education, ensuring that all humans receive an equitable share of the wealth so that we can all make this translation. If we redistribute the wealth, then humankind enters a new era where all people are freed from menial jobs to pursue their own intent, and a new golden age ensues. If we proceed under the current model, we will wind up with a system where the majority of people are left starving while the privileged few reach for the stars. Julia, I would like to hear you address this. If you believe this technological revolution will free up all those thousands of seeds from the human apple, then will you support systemic change to make those other seeds completely viable? Or will you ignore their suffering while claiming your place in the elite? Honey, I hope you've got a heart as well as a seed. That's what we need in this world. Intellect is not the measuring post for evolution. That would be compassion and empathy.